At the beginning of the story, we look at a prison in Siberia, where a lot of German soldiers were parked from the line. In fact, after the end of World War II, Russia had made many German soldiers prisoners and started working day and night in coal mines. Although the security of this jail was very low, even then, no one tries to run away from this jail, because ice was ice around this prison, and this jail was 14,000 kilometers from any human settlement. Therefore, even if a prisoner escaped from this jail, his death was confirmed in Siberia's accumulated winter. The jail was built in the middle of the snow spread thousands of kilometers away. So any prisoner is thinking of running away from here. Nothing could have been possible. But there was a prisoner among these prisoners who was of very sharp mind and wanted to run away from this prison to his wife and daughter. The name of this prisoner was who had to serve a full 25-year sentence in this jail and did not want his storm life at all. Passed in this jail. Kleiman wanted to run away from this jail under any circumstances. Lucky one day, Kleiman got a chance to flee, and he escaped from this jail sitting in a freight train carrying a coal. When he saw the stars in the open sky outside the jail, he jumped with joy. But this happiness was a guest for a short time. After walking a little distance, the freight train was stopped, and when the Cliveman looked out, a Russian soldier gun was standing in front of him. Unfortunately, a Cliveman was caught here, and he was locked in an open-air cell for the crime of fleeing from jail. Winter was too much, and the night rains worsened Kleiman's condition. Kleiman not for a few hours in that cell. Rather, it was kept for 2 days. Now after a full 2 days, the prison warden came to him the next morning, and he was taken out of the cell, and nothing was tortured by him. Just said that your companions are eagerly waiting for you. Now when Kleiman met his colleagues, so they were waiting for him with all sticks and sticks. All of that is very much on Kleiman, because due to the escape of Kleiman, all of them were kept hungry for the last 2 days. And Kleiman now understood the warden that he said that he was waiting for you with you. Now on seeing Kleiman, the rest of the prisoners attacked him and hit him very badly. In this fight, German was so injured that he had to admit to the jail hospital. The doctor of this prison was also a German prisoner. As soon as Kleiman came to his senses, he told the doctor that I want to run away from jail once again, and I need your help. The doctor was surprised to see Kleiman's bravery, that he was not ready to give up even after facing all this much. The doctor explained to him that he participated alive from this jail. It is possible, and even if you run away from here, you will die in the outdating winter. But the reality is also that even if you do not run away from here, your death is confirmed, because in the coal mines where you work, there is a lot of carbon, which goes through the air to your body, and it causes dangerous diseases like cancer. So the doctor told the claim that you must try to run away from this jail for the last time. After that, the doctor gave all his warm clothes, shoes, and all the items of needs, and told him that Russian soldiers keep their food hidden near the railway lines. Along with this, he also gave a gun, so that he could protect himself. Actually, the doctor had already gathered all these stuff because he himself wanted to run away from this jail. But a week ago, he came to know that he is a cancer patient and does not have more than a month. Now he gave the climate a lunchbox and said, if you survive alive, then deliver this lunchbox to my face and say that I was no longer in this world. Here once again the claim escaped again in the dark of night, and this time he decided to walk instead of the goods train. He walks in the morning after walking all night because he is afraid that the Russian soldier does not catch him. Now when the warden came to know in the morning that the Cliveman, if he escaped from jail, he reached his room directly to ask the doctor. But before he arrived, the doctor had taken his life, because he knew that the warden would torture me, very tortured, after hearing the news of the climation of the climate. After this, the warden sent several Russia soldiers in search of clashes, and ordered him to be brought back by holding him alive. But even after searching for several days, he could not find any Clivemen. The luckiness of the Kleisman was that due to the start of snowfall, his footprints were going, making it difficult to find the Clivemen. Now everyone started feeling that the Clivemen would have died fiercely in this winter. But the warden was not ready to obey, because the warden knew that the Cliveman is very strong, and he would not give up so easily. So he ordered to continue the search. On the other hand, we would see the Cliveman, who was moving forward with full enthusiasm crossing the icy storm. 9 days after escaping from jail, she suddenly heard the sound of dogs, and as soon as she turned back, she saw a sled coming towards her before she ran away, and climbed on it and went ahead. Then Kleeman's eye opened, and he came to know that he was just dreaming. Actually, Kleeman was walking for the last 9 days, and now his food was also over. Due to hunger and fatigue, it became difficult to move forward, but despite this, did not give up and went on. After a few days, his body also responded, and he fainted with hunger. Now, a few hours later, when he regained consciousness, he heard a strange sound around him. Then he saw a seal, and on seeing this, his eyes glowed. He immediately took out his gun and tried to target with full force. But due to fatigue and weakness, his target went wrong and he started fleeing from there. Kleeman, who received a small hope of living alive several days later, could not let go by hand. Kleeman immediately ran after him. But while running, the Kleeman falls into the water due to the snowbreak, causing injury to his leg. But despite being injured, he started chasing. As soon as Kleeman was about to shoot, the seal hid behind a rock. Kleeman moves further and sees the seal again. Before that, Kleeman, who went into the water, fired his last bullet, and luckily he got the bullet. Seeing this, Kleeman jumped with joy because now he was not worried about eating during the journey. After several days, Kleeman filled the stomach and ate food, and by taking some rest, continued your journey. Now in such a long journey, the claim was completely alone, and there was nothing but ice around it. His mental condition could have deteriorated in this environment. Therefore, he would talk to himself and say positive things, and he would motivate himself to move forward. Along with that, all the time, looks at its path through campus so that it is not lost in this snowy plaintiff. Similarly, the days passed, and then after running for 2 consecutive months, Kleeman saw a small tree in this icy ground. Seeing this tree, Kleeman was so happy that he had found a treasure, and he escapes and embraces that tree. Actually, this tree was a sign of this. After walking for 2 consecutive months, the claim has now crossed the icy ground and the forest is about to begin. After walking a little further, it happened exactly as he thought. Now the forest was about to start from here. The ice area was ending. He was very happy in the forest. He collects wood and burns the fire, and after several months, he falls asleep for the first time. And the next day, no one knows whether it was relaxed or not. On the other hand, we look at the warden who was still looking for Kleeman and ordered his search party to seek Kleeman within a radius of 500 kilometers. The same Kleeman was moving through a forest that suddenly an icy storm came there. This storm was so strong that even big trees started falling up from the ground. As soon as he tries to move forward, a big tree falls straight on it. That the luck was good, that in the evening, 2 men passed through here who were looking for gold. He saw and saved his life on time. After that, all 3 proceeded together and came out of the icy ground after several days of journey. On the way, he found a river, which he made a wooden kayak to cross. While crossing the river, he started talking among themselves and narrating stories of childhood to each other. But in the meantime, the flow of the river intensified and the kayak started getting out of control. In such a situation, the tawajan of a partner deteriorated and he fell straight into the water. He did not know how to swim. He started drowning. Seeing this, Clayman jumped into the water and somehow brought the man to the shore and saved his life. On the other hand, his other partner leaves both of them to drown and went ahead alone. His other partner was very greedy. He felt that both of them must have died, and due to greed, he also put his friend's gold with himself. After a while, when Clayman and the other man reached the tent, the man got very angry at his friend, and he shot him and killed him. After that, Clayman and the man picked up the goods and continued the journey. Both of them kept going on the same hope for several months. They get that much population. But again, the winter season came, and the forests on every side hid in the white sheet of ice. The goods that the man had picked up was quite heavy, so he was finding it difficult to walk in ice. Seeing this, Clayman tried to lighten his burden and said that, "Give me your goods for some time." But the man was suspicious here. Kai probably also wants to steal her gold. That is why he attacked Clayman and pushes him down, causing Clayman to faint. After a while, Clayman regained consciousness. He saw that a herd of wolves was coming towards him. To save his life, he starts climbing on a sage. But while climbing the tree, a wolf holds his foot. But the cord was weak and broke from the dark darkness, causing the Clayon to fall down. Now Clayman felt that his death was confirmed. Then suddenly the sound of firing came. Clayman opened his eyes. He saw that some wolves had died. He came and saved his life. He took him to his village where the people of the village treated him. After years of hard work, Clayman had reached a human population. He was very happy to see people. For several days he stayed in the village, and people took a lot of food. On one day, a letter came to the village, which was not of anyone else but the warden itself. It wrote that a Germany, "The army has escaped from our jail, and if someone shelters him, he will be called a traitor. Now even if he does not want to leave this village, if he did not go from here, the warden also gave him food and drink before the warden was punished. And give a hunter dog." In this long journey, now Clayman has become a companion, so now he was not feeling lonely. Both of them continued for several days. On the way, he saw a wooden factory, and the dog ran towards him in search of food. Now Clayman went inside the mill to save his dog. There, the workers recognized Clayman and took him to the owner. Going there, Clayman told his entire story to the owner, so that everyone felt pity for the Cliveman. He fed him food and made him sit in a train going to Germany. Clayman was happy that he would soon reach his home, but he did not know that the owner of the mill had given his news to the warden. Now the warden was waiting for him at the station with his soldiers. Canois. But before reaching the station, Clayman saw the Russian soldiers from a distance and ran away from the train as soon as he got a chance. But unfortunately, the Russian soldiers saw him and started chasing him. Clayman quickly crossed the tracks, but not knowing where the warden suddenly came out. Clayman's heart got nervous, because now he felt that he had worked hard for years. Now before. But the warden arrested him. The Clayman's dog attacked the warden and cut him, and once again the Clayman got a chance to flee, and he started running away from here. But then he heard the sound of firing, and when he looked back, he saw his dog dead. Clayman was very sad to see this, but even then, he did not stop, and kept moving forward with all his strength. After that, he climbed on top of the bridge and jumped over the train passing down and escaped from there. And in this way, he escaped from the hands of the warden. Now such days have passed, and slowly continued to move forward in this journey. On seeing this, it was 7 years since the year had run away from jail. He was at that time in Central Asia, and was wandering around in a village fair. In that fair, he saw different things of eating and drinking. He was feeling like eating, but he had no money, so he placing stones on his heart. Then he looked at 2 girls who were selling pancake in the fair. Clayman wanted to eat this pancake, but there was not even a pie in that poor pocket, so he started moving forward in desperate. But then a girl of them pitied her and broke a part of pancake and gave it to Clayman. At first, Kleiman found it a little strange. Then he thanked the girls. He ate the cake wearing it. Now there was also a Jewish man in this fair who saw all this. After that, the Klussman went to a church, and this man also came to the church chasing him. Actually, this man also used to be a prisoner at some time, so he did not hand over the Klussman to the police and tried to help him. After that, he went to his house with a Klinman, where the Cliveman shaved after many years and came back to the Old Holy. Then the man gave Kleiman a new passport so that he could cross the border of Russia and reach Germany. Kleiman thanked him before he was very happy with the man and went towards the border of Russia and Germany. A few weeks later, Kleiman reached the border of Russia and showed his passport to the Russian soldier present there. Kleiman here. There was a fear that the soldier would not identify him, or his fake passport should not be caught. But nothing like this happened happily, and the soldier allowed the Cliveman to do it on the border. Now seeing this, the Cliveman was so happy that he could not stop his laughter, even after wishing. Now finally he came to the bridge, which he crossed will reach his country Germany. But as soon as those halfway arrived at his eyes, there was a sharp light, and when he opened his eyes, he found the warden in front of him. Now when Kleiman looked back, he was still on Russia's land, and it meant that the warden could still arrest him. Now Kleiman's heart broke here, because his hard work for believe it, but still he dared, and moved forward. Actually, the warden Kleiman was very inspired by seeing Kleiman's alive and his bravery. So he did not arrest Kleiman and let him go back to his country. And then the warden tells him that the fight was just between two soldiers. One me and one you, and you. Have one. Go live your life. Now Finley Kleiman crossed that border and reached his country Germany. After this, he reached close to his house where he saw his daughter and wife. Now after a while, both of them leave the house to go to the church. So Kleiman also came into the judge chasing him. However, Kleiman had not yet given his daughter a voice, as he hoped that his father would come for one day. When her daughter looked back, she recognized her father, and ran and hugged her father. Now, after seeing so many years, there was no place for the happiness of his wife. The three of them embraced each other, and with this film, made on the true story, ended here. Hope you liked today's story. If you